Start streaming now.
Start what?
Start streaming.
Streaming.
Going live. I'm live right now.
What if I gotta walk past?
You can walk past. Can't stop you from walking. You crazy?
No, I'm telling you, I'm not gonna be walking in nobody's.
No, that's all right. That's all right. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
What's up, ladies and gents? Man, Shelby here. Another live for y'all. And as you can tell by the title and the description, this is going to be the topic I'm going to be speaking on. And I got a little response for the critics out there too. So, chat's open. Hopefully get some engagement with you guys today. But let's just get something straight right now, right? Self-promotion, right? Self-promotion used to be optional. Now what it seems to be is infrastructure. If people don't know you, they can't trust you, right? If they don't trust you, they can't pay you. I mean, that's the real reason why you see a lot of people such as myself stream online or start their own business or begin to come up with their own products and even come up with their own services as well, right? Excuse me. So, all that I don't like talking about myself kind of stuff, right? That's not humility. That what that really is invisibility. And invisibility doesn't survive. So I need you to be honest with yourself. How many of you know for a good and damn well fact you're actually good at what you do, but not enough people know you even exist? Yeah, that's not a skill problem, that's a visibility problem. So, as you can see, chat's open here. See, we got a viewer. What's up? Just need to let y'all know we're in a market right now where people are packaging aspiration but not delivering transformation. They look successful, they sound successful, but they can't produce results. And the market is correcting that. So let me ask you something. How many times have you seen someone online and thought they look like they got it all figured out, right? But something just felt off? That's what you call instinct. That's pattern recognition. And you really should not ignore it. So turn to yourself for a second and ask, am I building something real, of real value, or just presenting an image? Don't answer this out loud. Just sit with it, okay? Just sit with that for a second. Because there's a line that most people don't seem to cross. I'll text you back. I'll get back to you later. I'm streaming live right now. I'll text you back. But here's the line that most people just simply will not want to cross. If you leave, speaking to the audience, right? Or just you watching. So let me reframe this. If your audience leaves, right? More dependent on you than you're extracting, if they leave more capable without you, you're compounding. So in other words, I want you to sit here and rate yourself, right? Right now, on a scale of 1 to 10. Are you creating dependency or are you building capability? And be real. Be absolutely fucking real with yourself, yo. Because your bank account already knows the answer. I know my bank account knew the answer. Matter of fact, say this with me. I don't build followers. I build capability. I don't build followers. I build capability. So let me go on ahead and get this straightened out right the fuck now. A lot of y'all got my motherfucking name in your mouth. But none of y'all seem to have my discipline, my vision, let alone my resilience. What it seems as if a lot of people like to study my downfalls like it's their full-time job, but you've never once tried to understand the weight I've been carrying while still showing up and actually building something real. You want to bring up my past? Cool. Just don't get mad when I turn the same past into proof of actual execution, because every loss you gossip about was already converted. That's lesson, system, and strategy. That's the difference between you and me. I build, you talk. So let's make this practical. Think about your biggest loss, not some surface level bullshit, the one that actually hits you. Now ask yourself, did I turn that into a system or just a story? Because one builds power and the other just seems to build more fucking excuses on top of excuses. And now, who's actually willing to admit that you've been sitting on a lesson you haven't even turned into a system? Good, because if you actually answer that to yourself, because I see there haven't been any comments dropped here yet. Where's the ashtray at? That's honesty right there. That's where growth seems to start. It really is. So let me just go on ahead and address the sabotage, the corporate espionage energy that's in the room directly right now. If you're rooting for my downfall, let alone anyone else's, understand this shit right now. You're betting against someone who has nothing left to lose and everything to fucking prove. So let me flip this on you. How many of you are actually afraid of pressure? Because here's the truth. Pressure is not your enemy. Pressure is a filter. It exposes who's serious and who's just interested. So, in other words, say this to yourself quietly, because I've said this to myself. Pressure sharpens me. Say it again to yourself. Pressure sharpens me. Because if the pressure doesn't sharpen you and turn you into a diamond, then you're just going to stay a lump of coal. Because what I like to do is I like to help people because that is purpose driven. And that doesn't change. What changes is how I move. Access changes, boundaries change, standards change, because loyalty gets proximity. Respect gets reciprocation, and everything else seems to get distance. Because I had to block somebody the other day who didn't even seem to fucking know me. They just knew my past and wanted to bullshit and chatter and gossip and all the other bullshit, right? So let's be real. How many of you have actually given access to people who haven't even earned it? They didn't deserve to be near you. They didn't deserve to think about you. And to even be honest, they didn't even deserve to even know your name. Because just being around you is a gift. Simply knowing your name is a gift. And you also have to sit there and think that that's not kindness. What that really is a leak in your system. So write this down mentally. Better yet, grab out a pad and pen and write this down. Who needs less access to me? Because this is a decision point that you're facing right now. You can keep watching. You can keep gossiping. Keep hoping I'll fall and fail. Or you can step back and actually witness what happens when pressure creates precision. So I want a decision. Not later, but right the fuck now. Are you going to stay invisible, or are you going to actually build infrastructure? Because you don't get both. Cigar went out. You don't. You don't get both. Either way, I'm moving forward. No permission is going to be needed here. And if you actually think that you watching right now actually need permission to do whatever it is that you feel as if you need to fucking do, you've already lost and you're already never going to sit there and win. So again, thank you for taking time out to watch this live. I do appreciate it. So as you can tell, I'm very annoyed, very upset right now. And that's cool. Because I know how people are. They gossip, they talk behind your back, and all for the sake of them trying to feel better because they're in a situation. Because I know for a fact if people ever tried to walk in my shoes, they would fail. They would stumble before they even took the very first step. But with that being said, yo, I'm gonna go on ahead, take off, and end this live right here. I really wanted to try and go a little bit longer, but we got a guest coming over. Got some business to take care of. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, deuces. This your man Shelby. I'm out, and y'all be easy.